Welcome to the Arsenal show. It's the post-match reaction of Arsenal's 1-1 draw in the Champions League to PSV Eindhoven. The penultimate game, the end of the group stage of the Champions League groups. Arsenal finishing top of the group. Only one loss to London, a minor blip. We knew it was going to be a very tough test today. Away to PSV Eindhoven, a very good team at home, and especially with the amount of changes that Arsenal had to make as well. I'm joined by Steve. K, how you doing, Steve?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? Good. Yeah, good.
For a dead rubber, the game had a bit about it, didn't it? It was end to end. There was plenty of action. I actually enjoyed the game because it was a game where Arsenal really had nothing to play for.
Yeah, I thought the first half was a little bit, was a bit like a friendly, but the first 30 minutes at least. But as time went on, like you said, it got into a decent football match. So I thought in the end, I thought a draw was I thought it was a fair result in the end.
Yeah.
I didn't think either team deserved to really win it. Both teams let people play. I don't think there really was. There wasn't really any, tackle in anger through the whole game. Really, maybe as it started to get into the second half, it maybe started getting a little bit meatier. But yeah, look, it was an enjoyable game to watch, as you said. For a dead rubber where there was nothing on it. It was enjoyable to watch, and which was pleasing because I was wondering, before we kicked off, what tonight's match would be like. But yeah, I mean, if there was one thing that maybe disappointed me, I think I disagree quite a bit on what pundits are saying in the commentary tonight. I felt that certain fringe players who I just wanted to see maybe a little bit more. Well, I mean, not that they played bad, but I did feel that I wanted to see a little bit more from Reece and Eddie. Although I have got good things to say about their game as well, but like I said the other day, we're talking about a standard now. I'm looking at these two players, to come in and. If we've got an injury, push us to the league title. And there was things tonight where I just wanted to see a little bit more. I wasn't over keen on Trossard's performance tonight. I thought he was anonymous. Mm-hmm. I thought he gave the ball away time and time again. But look, to be fair to him, it was a difficult game to, be able to sort of like perform, if you like, at full pelt, if you like. As you said, it was a dead rubber, so it's always going to play in your mind that you don't need to sort of go out there. But as I said, there was good things about Eddie's and Reece's game. There really was, but there was times when there were certain things lacking that. It took me back for you done well, you did well there, you did well doing this, but certain things I just thought, I just still don't think you're at the level where maybe that for where Arsenal are going. So
that's quite surprising because I thought that Reece Nelson was probably one of the better players in the Arsenal team tonight. I thought he was quite sharp in the first half. He got an assist as well. I thought overall for a player that hasn't really had many opportunities in the team this season, I thought he came in and did all right. Although Eddie scored, I still get very frustrated with his game.
Yeah. But like I said, mate, I did say there was like aspects of both Reece's and Eddie's game that was good tonight. Mm-hmm. But if I'm looking at Reece Nelson coming on and taking over from Saka, there was things that I was like, like a lot of the times his final ball was off. A lot of the times he was sloppy. Yes, look, when he got the ball, he's running at people. He got past people. That was all great. Do you know what I mean? It was exciting. But when you look at off the ball, you know, there was times where a couple of times, he went too far. He shot when he shouldn't have shot. He should have crossed. But look, maybe I'm getting old and maybe I'm getting harsh, but I looked at it from the point of view that, Reece, you're going to come in. Can you replace Saka? And I still think there's doubts there. But like I said, mate, he was like, there was just those two people in particular. There was aspects of their game where just still needs improving for me. But I mean, I just remember 3 or 4 times, where centre forward or Eddie and Havertz was going like this to Reece, like that pass, and it was like he tried to take an extra player on, and he lost it, or he shot when he should have crossed. Maybe I'm picking because there was a lot of things he did was good. Do you know what I mean?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's picking. If you're looking at it, as a this is are you ready to take over from Saka? Then that's fair. I'm just speaking on his performance. And from what I saw tonight, I thought he was probably one of the more sharper players in the team. Probably says a bit more about some of the other players who weren't quite at it. Again, it's a very disjointed team. Although we've got a lot of players in there who have played together the majority of the season, I was quite surprised that William Saliba and Gabriel started. Jorginho, I mean, this is what he's there for. He's there to play in these games. But I do wonder who's going to come in the game and sitting next to Rice when you had both Jorginho and Havertz playing tonight. So that'll remain to be seen. But yeah, it was a very disjointed team. But it was good to see some people out there. For me, it was good to see Aaron Ramsdale out there. First game in the Champions League, definitely deserved it. Guy for the past 2 seasons have been one of our best players, and a major reason why we got into the Champions League last season, and even pushed for it the season before. And it was good to see him in today. And I thought he looked very assured.
He did. Yeah,
which is good. Let's get onto the player ratings. Ramsdale in goal for the first time in a few weeks.
Yeah, look, I mean, he was faultless. He didn't put foot wrong. Made a couple of good saves. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Didn't have nuts to do, really, did he? Do you know what I mean? I think he made one really good save. We pushed it round the post.
It was actually two. They didn't give credit for his second one.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
And then they showed the replay afterwards where I think it deflected off of Rice and he's pushed onto the post.
Yeah, no, that was, No, he did. He did well tonight. In it, and where that leaves him probably don't tell you anything about it. Don't leave him anywhere, which is a shame. Which is a shame. But big up to him. He went in there tonight and he did the business. So so definitely a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, because I think he would have, in his head, he would have been stewing it over and wanting to play in this game, a big game for him. And although we say we don't feel it's going to make a difference, which I don't think it will, it's good for him to know that in the Champions League, he came in a game where he did actually have to do bits, and he done a job. So that was good.
Melvin needs a link. I've sent you a link, mate. I sent it.
Melvin's outing us in the comment section.
What are you doing in there, mate? I sent you a link. I sent it. I've definitely sent it. I don't know if Kieran can do it in here. You can click. I don't know.
I'll send it to him.
I don't know. It's in WhatsApp, mate. It's in WhatsApp, maybe.
Yeah. Gavo says, I thought Nelson was really bright tonight, kept looking to make stuff happen when the others went a little quiet. His dribbling wigger with a good close control, this direct, lots to like. Right, before we go on, let's give Melvin the link. All right. Let's give Melvin the link. All right. William Saliba, I thought a couple of really good challenges in the first half. One challenge again, which kind of went unnoticed until they looked at the replays and then they realised that it was actually an excellent last-ditch challenge from Saliba. Second half, when PSG got into the game, I think we were pulled a bit from pillar to post, but I do put that down a bit more to some of the fullbacks just being a bit everywhere and adding less structures to that defence. What was your thoughts on Saliba tonight?
Yeah, he did all right. Do you know what I mean? He's a few. He probably hasn't been playing at his full potential that we know what William Saliba can do. In recent weeks, you said he may be carrying an injury, but yeah, he looked good tonight. Great saving tackle in the first half. That was quality. So yeah, 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 for William Saliba. His partner Gabriel.
Yeah, but I thought he was a bit sloppy tonight. I thought there was a couple of times where he got caught further up the pitch. He looks a bit leggy tonight as well at times. So yeah, not any major mistake. He looks a bit tired to me tonight. I don't know what that was.
Was you surprised that him and Saliba started?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was surprised at the team, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
the whole team.
I was going to say.
Yeah,
because I was quite surprised. There was quite a few first teamers. Yeah. No youngsters at all.
Well, they never come on at all, did they?
No youngsters came on at all. Smith Rowe, I know he's been out, so I weren't expecting him to start, but I thought he may have come a little bit earlier. I was quite surprised by that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, I give him a 6 tonight, Gabriel. He did make that double tackle with Saliba stroke Gabriel in the first half, which was excellent. Do you know what I mean? And then he went a little bit downhill after that, to be honest with you. But yeah, 6 out of 10. Yeah,
I do think that what didn't help us was in the end I didn't even know where Kilior was playing. He started off on the left, and then there was a break right at the end, and Kilior was standing in a centre back position. Rice was standing in the centre back position, because I think Rice came on to play centre-back, didn't he? And then Cedric, I still don't know where he is. Or who else came on? Ben White, I think it was by the time that came on. Ben White was. So there was a lot of... We lost a lot of structure when the fullbacks changed. Not that Cedric was giving much structure in that first half anyway.
Did you know? We're going to disagree again, mate, on this one. What's going on tonight?
No, I thought that...
really good tonight.
No, I thought going forward he was all right. Going forward he was all right, but coming back, I'm sorry, but for me, he weren't at it coming back. Cedric, go on.
Yeah, no, I thought he did all right, mate. I thought he played well, especially when you think about how long he ate the last time he kicked a football. I thought he come on and I thought he started the game really, really well. I mean there was a couple of times, he got caught, but he was very good going forward. There was nothing sort of majorly that I can remember that came from him making mistakes that I can remember. And I thought he did all right. I thought he was better than Gabriel anyway. So going by my marks, I mean, I'm going to give him a 6. I was quite pleased with his performance.
Gave Gabriel a 6.
Oh, the 7. Sorry, 7. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but
he was involved in that goal as well, which was and he was linking up well going forward. It's just that I wasn't impressed with him coming back, but going forward, he offered a lot, especially considering it's not necessarily been our forte. An attack. It's quite. It sounds weird saying that Cedric is an attacking fullback, but in comparison to what we've got, which is Tomiyasu, Ben
Yeah.
White. Cedric is very attacking compared to the two.
Yeah. Obviously, I thought he did all right, considering. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I see him in an Arsenal shirt. Cedric. So yeah, he's my boy, Cedric. Maybe I'm adding a mark on because it's like Cedric. So I'm always stuck up for him, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to give him a 7. Give him a 7.
Right. How you doing, Melvin? You good?
Yeah, fine, thanks. Fine, gentlemen. Fine, thanks.
Right,
Jakob Kiwior.
Yeah, he did. He did all right. I give him a 7, mate. I give him a 7. He had no, hold on him. No. I'll make that. I'll give him a 6 because I think he had a tough night tonight. I mean, he had that Bakayoko running at him.
Yeah.
And he to be honest with him, be fair to Kiwior, he was asked to sort of invert, and he wasn't getting any help when he did invert. So I don't blame him for a lot, but I don't like seeing him in that position. Kiwior, he's not a left back to me. He's much better a centre back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give Kiwior. Yeah, it was a good header for the goal. Gabriel.
Yeah,
caught offside,
it was a good header, wasn't it?
So yeah, it's a high 6. It's a high 6. I'll give him it, but maybe 7's a bit too much. But
I think 6 fair. Look,
yeah,
Bakayoko had the better of him, but I thought Bakayoko was probably
best player on the pitch.
Yeah, I'd probably say he's man of the match. So
yeah.
It's hard to judge him on that. But what Bakayoko did get off him in general was get down the wing, cut in at the edge of the area and look for the shot. But yeah, it was a tough game for him tonight. Look, Bakayoko I thought was excellent. Very raw, but just non-stop down that pitch, relentless. I wouldn't mind Arsenal taking a little look at him.
Yeah, I was thinking the same actually while the game was going on.
As a Saka alternative, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to work out, is he on the right hand side? Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Any thoughts on Kiwior tonight, Melvin?
I can't disagree, really. I thought 6. It's not his fault. Excuse me, he's playing out of position. But once or twice, he made, I thought, whatever position you're playing, made a bit of poor decisions. But you won't get the best out of him at left back. He's never going to get more than a 7 at left back, however well he plays, because he ain't a left back. But today 6, the guy he was marking was superb, strong, confident, direct. He's a type. I thought, bloody hell, isn't it? They took him off as well.
Yeah, they did. I was surprised.
They're doing saving him for the weekend, Steve.
It was exactly my fault, mate.
It might have been. Why else take him off?
Yeah, that was exactly my fault when they did that. I think, they're saving him for the weekend.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Great minds think alike, Melvin.
Who we got here? We had Mohamed El Neni.
You can't give Mohamed less than an 8 every single game, can you?
You can.
Nah, come on. It's Mo, innit? Mo? Okay, I have a bad word to say about Mo. To be fair, he weren't good tonight.
No, he weren't. I think that was the. I think when we're talking about the defenders, a bit here and there, a bit all over the place. Part of the reason is because the midfield.
It was, mate. It's absolutely spot on, mate. You took the words right out of my mouth. They was running through our midfield like nobody's business tonight. Yeah, really was. And yeah, I mean, a lot of that was unfortunately down to Mo. He just hasn't got the legs in there. When he gets the ball, he's good. He can pass it. Do you know what I mean? He was unlucky with a shot, but yeah, the time again, they were just running through.
Do you know what? As well, I thought he was a little bit too deep sometimes as well.
Yeah,
maybe because he was thinking he didn't want to get caught on the break. But where he was sitting sometimes, it was just in no man's land. So it weren't even a case of you had to run past him. Once you got past Jorginho, you got El Neni standing there, and I was just like, this guy's not played in a while.
Yeah. I've 9, not a 10. No, I have 5, Mo. I hope they ain't listening.
Melvin, El Neni.
I think really you got to do the parameters a bit different for El Neni, I think you should give him marks out of 5 and not out of 10 because he never crosses the halfway line. In all fairness, I think a 7. He did what he had to do.
Wow.
He never let us down. He cut out a few balls he had to cut out. He did his job. He was there for a job and he did it. So I'm giving him 7.
Wow, 7. There's a stark contrast. Jorginho sitting in midfield with Mohamed El Neni.
Yeah, look, I mean, he passed the ball a lot better. He made a lot more forward passes, but I think he was just as much to blame, as any really for like the way they was just running through that midfield, because it was so obvious tonight that, and yeah, I mean, if you're going to blame El Neni for it, Jorginho's got to be put in the same category for me, but. He was a little bit better. As I say, when he did get the ball, he looked up straight away. He's quick. He's trying to play the forward pass more than the sideward pass. So, yeah, I give Jorginho a 6 tonight.
Melvin, Jorginho?
Yeah, I'll give him less than El Neni, 6 as well, like Steve says, on the basis that El Neni haven't played more than like 2 minutes of football the last 4 years. He had to look for his boots before the game. He didn't know where they were. So, yeah, I've got to give
the mascots.
He was very lucky that his feet never grew in the time. No, so I'll give him a 6. He's less than El Neni. I thought El Neni deserved more because he's played and he didn't look like he was that bad, El Neni, not playing for all that time. So, yeah, 6 for Jorginho for me, please.
All right. We had Kai Havertz, Steve.
Yeah, he did okay. He did okay. Some good runs off the ball. Some good runs into the box. Quite a few times I noticed that, on 1 or 2 occasions the ball wasn't played through to him and he was getting a little bit frustrated. Couple of loose passes at times, but yeah, he was okay. There was never anything amazing from Kai tonight. What can I give him? Probably a 7 tonight. Give him a 7 on the basis of what the game was. If I've given Saliba a 7, then probably Havertz deserved the same.
Mel?
I'll give him 6. I don't think he had that particularly good game. You're talking about low expectations now for him, aren't you? So anytime he does anything okay, everyone else, we think it's brilliant. I mean, he cannot kick a ball with any ferocity, with any power. In the second half, he got the ball moving to his right, and there's lots of space on the right. It might have been Nelson on his right, and he just powder puffed it to him, and it never reached him. It's like he's playing bowls. He wants the ball to stop at a specific point, and he just can't do that. In fact, when he gets the ball and you see a player running off of him, and you think, oh, he's going to give it to him, and he looks like he's going to give it to him, you're never that confident it's going to reach that player because he ain't got the strength in his legs, it seems, to actually kick it to that player. He's got talent. He has got talent. He's got a great football brain, but the bottom bit don't know what the top bit's doing. It really is frustrating. And he's got to get out of that habit. He really has. He's got to actually go, no, I'm going to kick it differently now. I'm doing it. How can he be a professional at the top of his career, one of the highest paid players in the world, if you like, and not be able to kick a ball properly? It just does my head in. 6.
He's a player of the month, Mel. He's won November player at Arsenal.
I was going to say, Mel, I know what you're saying with regards to people maybe looking... But I would have said that was weeks ago. I wouldn't have said that was now, especially since he scored that winner where he come on and scored the winner. He was only literally just did that. But then after that, the 2 games he played after that, where he scored back 2 goals, I thought he played really well.
Yeah, he did, but not tonight. You did on tonight.
But I was going to comment where you said, I think where whatever you said.
He still, Steve, he still kicks a ball like he's got no muscle in his legs. That's what I'm saying. He plays well. He can do this. He does that. He does 75, 80, 85% of the thing he does superbly. But that other 15%, you're going, just kick it. Don't caress it Yeah, there are times to caress the ball. He does it every time. And tonight, he had a chance of putting someone in and he caressed it at the wrong time.
Yeah, he's got that language style. I must admit, he has got that language style where he sort of floats. You know, he hasn't got that. You know, I can see why some people look at him and think, oh, you know, he's just sort of. But I think he's a lot more than that. I do think he looked like. You could say a little bit like that about Mesut Ozil, couldn't you? Sometimes he took a shot and it was like took like next week to get to the goalkeeper. He was like, oh, he just sort of caressed the ball and flowed it. And I think Havertz is a little bit like that. Ozil never couldn't kick a ball hard, could he? You know, the way you look at him when he got the ball. I know what Melvin's saying. Whether it's a German thing, I don't know. But Ozil was the same. They've got that same languid style where they.
I don't think you can. It's a bit harsh, you might think, from me, but I don't think you can do Ozil and this guy in the same breath at the moment.
Oh no, I'm just talking about the style. Nothing to do with. I'm not putting him in Ozil's category. I mean, Ozil's one of the greatest players in the world, just in his position. But I'm just a style.
All right. Let's start with Trossard. Didn't have a good game, I don't think. I think Steve, you said it earlier, gave away the ball
absolutely
a fair few times, and it's something that a few people have pointed out recently that they're worried about him doing that on the edge of the area. He's got away with it at the moment, but making them risky passes around the edge of the area. Some people pointed that out. What was your thoughts on his game tonight, Steve?
I didn't think he did anything. I thought every time he touched the ball, he give it away. Every time he tried to pass it, every shot was pay the puff. Thought he was our worst player on the pitch. I thought, and he was awful again. He's been awful recently, and I don't know what's the matter with him. Again, I don't know if he's carrying an injury or something. But yeah, I mean, it tops it off with a pathetic shot. You know, in the last minute, we was like, oh, that just tops your. When he did it, he took this shot and I thought, oh, you know, make up for it, put it in the top corner like we see you do. And he just like skied it. It was like a rugby kick. Do you know what I mean? And I thought that just says everything about you tonight. And like, I just shook my head. And yeah, I mean, he'd be lucky. Poor tonight, very poor. 3 out of 10. Thought he was awful.
3 out of 10 tonight. Melvin, what are you giving him?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say 4, and I thought you'd have a go at me for being so low. I thought he was seriously. I thought he was shocking. Yeah. I don't know. He remained on the pitch the whole time, didn't he?
I couldn't believe it, Mel.
I couldn't believe it. No, Steve, you're right. I'm sitting there thinking he's got to be taken off soon. It's just, you know, when you see a player and it's not happening for them, whatever they try or whatever they do, it just they're in the wrong place, they're facing the wrong way, or it just every time he gets the ball, someone's on him. And that thing about you said about giving a goal away on Saturday, he did one of those passes outside our penalty box and gave the ball away. And luckily, we managed to clear it, but that could have been very dangerous. Yeah. No, tonight he was a non-entity, and I'm thinking to myself, because I do that sometimes. I'm thinking, what was with quarter of an hour to go, 20 minutes to go? What could be the worst thing than bringing on one of the youngsters for him?
Yeah,
there's no downside. There's nothing here. There's no downsides, mate.
It's a great point,
right? Because he weren't actually doing anything. So what's the downside?
Yeah, anyway, you would have got some energy from them.
Exactly.
Enthusiasm, fearlessness,
and a bit of experience from them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I've been quite surprised by the youngsters' lack of game time in general in recent weeks. Like we won 6-0 against Lons. Why did we not bring in a player at 4-0, 5-0?
And we had them on the bench, Kieran. We had those kids on the bench.
Yeah, it is quite surprising.
I think Arteta must have something in his head where he feels that, you know, I'm not, you know, you can come in with the boys, you can come training, but you know, it ain't that easy where you're just going to come and like all of a sudden you're going to be starting or, you know, come on.
It's all experience.
It must be some kind of like playing with their minds or something from that. And
you say that, Steve. Sorry, Steve, you say that, but he brought. What's his name on? I can't remember his name. The terrific little 15, 16-year-old.
1 year against Brentford.
So why did he do that for then?
That was for 15 seconds, wasn't it?
It was a bit more than that. It wasn't much long. It might have been a minute, 2 minutes. It might be 2 minutes. What I'm saying is, why bring him on at all rather than like 2 minutes? And if your view is, I just want him to get the atmosphere of being in the dressing room, sitting on the bench and all that. Either play him or you don't play him. You don't bring a 15. Is he just doing it to make a name for himself, Arteta?
I think it was more. I think it was more doing it. I think it was more doing it to show the kid that there's a route to the first team.
Well, he hasn't showed it since, has he?
Well, there's a lot of clubs. He's only 16. There's a lot of clubs that were after him. A lot of clubs.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying he's very good. And if he's that good, give him 10 minutes when we're 3-0 or 4-0 up.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. These youngsters, especially tonight, full back, you could have brought on.
That geezer. I've seen him play. He's played against decent teams in pre-season. He looks decent.
He's played. I think he played in the cup. He's not
played in America, Kieran, didn't he?
It wouldn't be his debut.
No, it wouldn't be his debut.
I think he's had a game before.
Yeah. I think he's obviously got some kind of thinking behind it, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Because I think again, not to keep comparing him with Pep, but Pep does it as well, doesn't he? You know, he never plays. He never plays kids, does he? He always has the kids sitting on the bench, takes them to, out of Mongolia, and just leaves them sitting on the bench. You know, he's been known for it, wasn't he? Everyone moaned at him for it. Why don't you play the kids? But he puts the best team out of you, even in cup games, doesn't he? He never plays them. Don't know why. But
he was happy enough to play Rice at centre back. Why? He could have moved White to centre back and put this kid at right back.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that.
He put everything out of joint because he wouldn't bring the kid on.
Yeah, which
would have got him out of that trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously want to win every match. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we drew 1-1 tonight. I'm happy with that. If we would have lost and played the kids and they would have done well, we probably wouldn't have bothered, wouldn't worried about it.
Everyone who I'd spoken to was like, I do not want to see one first team player tonight. Play the kids. I don't care if we lose. It's not important. Let's just give them some experience and let's just make sure we don't get any players injured. We've got some big games coming up with Brighton, Liverpool, West Ham. It's some tough games coming up, and it's all in the space of about 7 days. So, yeah. But it is what it is. We won't dwell on it.
I was looking forward to seeing them, to be honest. I agree with Melvin. I was looking forward.
Same here. Which is why it's a bit of a disappointment that we go out the cups like the Carabao Cups, because that used to be a place where we could bred the youngsters. Yeah. Even all, great to see you all again. Hope you three lads go Legoland.
Jimmy.
The Hague or The Hague. Sorry, The Hague. Den Haag.
What's that?
Talk about The Hague. Amsterdam on the way home. Couldn't believe none of them came.
Come on, yeah. True. Too true.
Not going to have another dead rubber game like this. Every league game is important. FA Cup is Liverpool. Oh, yeah, it is Liverpool, isn't it? And now Champions League is the knockouts. Just sad none of them came on for me. I think it's the same.
We got Liverpool 3 times in about a month or so, haven't we? Or 6 weeks, 3 times Liverpool.
Yeah, I know we're doing the ratings here, but I was thinking about that cup game, and I was thinking, what do I want to see? What do I want? Am I that bothered?
We don't want to lose to Liverpool ever.
Yeah, but have you seen the period around that time? What would you rather? I mean, if you was given the choice, I was asked a question. It's probably why I brought it up, and I did give an answer. So I'm probably asking you. I mean,
so it's a loaded question.
Yeah, there is a loaded question. I feel a little bit guilty about my answer. So now I'm thinking, well, maybe someone stick up there. I've got a funny feeling after what Melvin said, no one's going to. So yeah, maybe I should keep quiet. But I would rather win. We got Crystal Palace on the weekend.
There's no games. We've got a game on the 7th. No, we've got a game on the 7th. 20th. So we've got a game on the Liverpool games on the 7th. Then we've got Crystal Palace on the 20th.
Is that the cup?
Yes, the cup game on the 7th. And then the 20th is the next game after that.
Why is that then?
I don't know. Maybe England internationals.
No, there ain't no more. It's finished till March.
Winter break? Have we got winter breaks now?
I think the whole league. I think the whole league that week, if I'm not mistaken, has been banned in this country because they reckon it's our fault that the Turkish referee got smashed in the face.
Oh, is he blaming Arteta? Is he blaming Arteta?
Our game's taken away from us.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. We'll get onto that touchline ban.
No, in that case, I changed my mind. I was going to say, I would rather win against Crystal Palace than beat Liverpool in the cup if I'm given the choice.
Shall I tell you something, Steve? The big clubs don't do that. The big clubs don't go with rather A or B. The big clubs go, we're going for both.
No, if it meant one or the other, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it meant like,
I bet you in the dressing room, I don't think our manager probably does it. He probably doesn't do it. But no way does Liverpool manager turn around to his coaches and go, you know what, we've got to, don't tell the guys, but really, we're really going to concentrate on this game rather than that game. Every game Liverpool play the same way. The same.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
I think you should have picked a different option with Klopp and the FA Cup.
That was a yeah.
He's not got the best record, and he's not very. I don't think he's very respectful for that cup.
No,
he's not respectful for anything, Klopp, is he?
But saying that, Milv, what regardless, Klopp was a bad example. Yeah, but if you go with probably every other manager, you're right. Do you know what I'm saying? But Klopp.
All right. What about Klopp, the Man City manager?
Yeah, man. He'll play full team. He'll play full team.
Full team.
Yeah, exactly.
Klopp will play his second team against Arsenal in the cup. You watch.
And then we're still struggling. That's the only thing. Yeah. That's the only thing. He puts in that second that second goalkeeper from Latvia or wherever he's from.
That's
and
it,
you're like, oh, I'm gonna have a tidy one today. You see Curtis Jones, you're like, oh, okay.
Harvey Elliott.
Yes, come on, we got this. Some youngster called Kavanagh in the centre back. Yeah, we've got this today. Lose. What? What's going on? Didn't get the memo.
I remember that game. There was a game like that, weren't there?
Yeah, stressful. It was. I think it was the semi-final of the Carabao Cup.
That's right.
Reece Nelson.
Yeah, like I said, Reece did a lot of good things tonight, and you say he's probably overall our best player. I think I was at the beginning of the show a little harsh because, I think look, we really need someone to take over Saka badly, whether it's someone coming in January or Reece, to take over. I was probably too picky because I was looking at the end of the day, at the end of the 90 minutes, with what you did on the pitch, can you be Saka's replacement? And there was too many, sloppiness from things that he did during the game that sort of told me that you're not that person. But look, on just like this game and what he did, look, he was dangerous. He caused the the left back problems all game. Should have been a little bit more. Sometimes instead of doing he should have sort of stopped and fought and maybe played the ball instead of shot. That was a little bit frustrating times with players in other positions. But I think overall probably our most dangerous player on the pitch. But is he Saka's replacement? Not for me. But I'll give him a 7.
7 for Reece Nelson. Melvin, what are you giving Reece Nelson?
I'll give him a 7.5. Actually, I thought he did very well. His ball control was good, but I think he lacks a little bit when it comes to
decisions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say a football brain, but you changed it the right way for me. Yeah, his decision making is poor. I mean, also for a guy that's allegedly a forward, when he hit that left foot shot to the near post, when he had all the goal to shoot at, you're talking about fine margins for scoring a goal. You're talking about inches. Whereas as he misses it either way, go far post, you've got every chance of scoring. You've got 9 times more the chance to score, in my opinion, than to hit it to the near post. It was. I thought it was a bit laziness. Not only a bad decision, it was a bit lazy shot. He could have put his foot through it straight like an arrow, and I think any goalie would have been struggling. But he was happy to go. He went past players going forward for the first time tonight. I saw he had a bit more confidence in it. Normally, he loves to give it, drop his shoulder, and then give it back 5 yards. Tonight, he didn't do it a lot of that. He was actually getting the ball and running with it and going forward. So he's 7.5. Yeah, he was one of our best players tonight. Most certainly, he was. Yeah, have to give him that. And I think as being one of our best players and give him 7.5 tells you that as a team we weren't great.
No, we weren't. It was it was no consistency of our play throughout. James says it's a winter break, but I remember that AFCON and the Asia Cup is also on, so Liverpool will have no Salah, no Endo, no Matip potentially, and we'll have no Partey, which we haven't had all season, no El Neni, which we haven't had all season.
Yeah, play for them. If he fit for them,
if he fit for them, come back, be out for another 2 months, then we sell him. No, It's all good, James. Don't worry. It's all good. We're not judging here. Eddie Nketiah. Did I miss someone else?
Eddie.
Go on, Steve. You first.
All
the goals tonight.
Very similar. A little bit similar to Reece tonight. Worked hard. Excellent goal. Excellent finish. But again, very, very sloppy. In possession at times. Kept coming too deep. When he holds the ball up well, but for some reason he does the hard bit because he's only small, and you think, oh yeah, well done, Eddie, you're strong, you've held it off. Now play it off, and he'll either pass it and it'll go to like the opposition, or he'll pass it and it'll be a poor pass. And he did a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's frustrating. He was half and half again. It was like, you could think, yeah, Eddie, good. That was a great goal. Yeah, Eddie, you worked hard. Then you look at the other part of his game, and you think, and you go back to the same old question: Is he the guy that can, if Jesus is ever injured, is he the guy who can take us to a Premier League title? And I think the answer's got to be no on that. I think we've seen enough. I think he could easily play in a top 10 Premier League side all day long. But
I think he'd be in the same position as he's at Arsenal. Sitting on the bench.
Probably is, mate. But as I said, it's like what we spoke about the other day. I think now we've got to look at standards. We're a side that that every year now is expected to go and win the Premier League title. We're a side that we're expecting now to go a long way in Champions League football. And then you have to look at certain players in our squad and think, are you up to that? Can you match that? And I think now, as you say, we've got to look at players differently from what we did last season. And yeah, Eddie last season I thought was great. He was brilliant. He did what he does. He's got us a second in the league. Brilliant, smashing goals in at home. But when it comes to that next level, to that lifting them trophies, he just ain't got it. So yeah, good goal tonight. But yeah, probably a six. Probably a high 6, but yeah, just need to see more.
All right, Melvin, what are you giving Eddie?
I'm giving him a bit more than that. I'm not a fan, as you know. I'm giving him a 7. Took his goal very, very well, and he had some lovely touches. He's a type of player. He's a mirror type player, I call him, because you look at him and he gets the ball and you think, oh, he's going to lose it. He can't get out of this, and he does something. You go, how did he do that? And other times in the same match, he gets to the ball and you're thinking, yeah, God, myself, you've got to do is give it, and he messes it up. He seems to do the hard bit okay, and the easy bits, he seems to just flop at. And also, if it's a 50-50 challenge, but not even with the defender, midfielder, he loses it every time. He's not just got that body strength to get past the player. A couple of times, the ball broke to him on the halfway line, and in trying to get it under control. By the time he did get it under control, he had a chance of moving away, and someone come in, and he just couldn't get that foot in to get it away from the defender or the midfielder. It's a shame. He's got some nice touches. He has, but it's like an artist. That's got lovely, nice touches, and then he throws a blank bit of paint on the canvas. He just can't get it all right. It's a shame. There's something there, but I don't think we're going to see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you're saying he's going to be in the top 10 sides in the Premiership. He ain't getting in the first 3. No way. Not even as a third choice centre forward, Morris.
No, but
Man United's even, or the Liverpool's, Man City's, Tottenham's, or whatever, or even Chelsea. And I think they've got a centre forward.
Place where they could probably do with him.
No, I think Chelsea have got a centre forward.
Got 1 goal.
I think Chelsea's Jackson, his name is. I think he is a very similar player to Eddie. I think he's absolutely useless,
Jackson.
And yet he scored a hat-trick as well this season. I think it was that against Spurs.
I think that's all the goals he scored this season, though.
Yeah, he cannot control the ball.
Yeah,
he must have played in mud where he played before because he didn't have to control the ball. It's unbelievable. I don't see it with him. And I think Eddie's a similar type player that he'll get you a goal. He gets you a goal. But at the end of the day, going for a season with him, it ain't going to happen.
I think he'll do well at a Brentford or a West Ham or a Crystal Palace. I think you can play
Brentford
one
have
of
got
those.
proper footballers, Steve. Brentford. They got decent footballers.
They're going to be selling Ivan Toney.
You think they're selling?
I think West Ham. I think West Ham. He'll do a job at West Ham. I think he would. I think he could do a job up top for West Ham. They're looking for a striker.
I don't think it's. Look at that header he did tonight when he come off his shoulder.
He can't header. That's the.
How can a forward not be able to head a ball? A centre forward not be able to head a ball? You're 3-0 down before you start.
He's like 5'8", isn't he? Though he's 5'8".
It don't matter how high, how tall you are. It's how you head a ball. Is how good a header you are. He cannot head a ball. He hasn't got the timing to head a ball.
But the art of heading for a forward is gone. Like you can talk about the Haalands, yes. Lewandowski's, yes. But when you go below that, who do you know as a striker that is scoring headers? They don't. No one scores headers anymore. You get your midfielders.
But given the opportunity that he's had, I think other forwards from other teams centre forward would score goals with their head that he hasn't. I tell you, talk about size because he's 5'8". I don't think Andy Gray was that tall, and he scored loads with his head. Loads with his head.
Look where we're going back to. We're going back to 1970.
No, it wasn't 70. Do me a favor. It was the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Mid-80s.
We're going back 40 years.
Mid-80s.
We're going back 40 years, man.
Yeah, well, my dad told me about those games. Don't worry about it.
We're going back 40 years.
I don't even remember Andy Gray.
Now don't know who Andy Gray is. Don't
remember Andy Gray?
Don't even know half the people that watch football now. Not only don't know who Andy Gray is, don't even know who Andy Gray is from the commentator Andy Gray. They don't even know who Sky Sports Andy Gray is.
He used to play for Palace, didn't he? Andy Gray.
People who were born in the 2000s.
But to be fair, that big striker is coming back, isn't it? You know, that big striker is coming back. You know, I mean, the guys that are the few strikers at Arsenal have been looking at, you know, they seem to be that big 6'4" sort of monster striker. You got Liverpool, they've got like Darwin Núñez up front. You know,
he's been a bit of a disappointment, hasn't
he? He has been a disappointment.
Been a bit hit and miss, isn't he?
Yeah, I like him.
He's control and he's got no grace about him.
Yeah,
he's he still feels a bit raw.
Yeah. I think maybe like he might come into his own more if when Salah leaves or something. Sometimes that happens, but and obviously City have got Ireland and stuff. But I think we need to look for somewhere else. I think Eddie's time is coming to an end, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the same too. All right, let's get on to the other players that came on. We had Odegaard came on.
I thought we did. You really? I thought we did all right. And it funny how people see things differently. I thought he did well when he come on. I thought he weren't on long, but I thought he was. You know, he was quite dangerous when he got the ball. Played lovely, absolutely world class ball for the goal. I mean, what an absolute peach of a ball that was.
Yeah, it was good.
And he worked hard around that area. Obviously, he just didn't have anything in front of him. So, I mean, substitute 6.
Milf
5. I thought he didn't do anything he didn't. He played his normal. I'm not in this game he played tonight as well. I know he didn't have a lot of time to get in the game, but
you lot are harsh.
I think perhaps why perhaps I'm being harsh because I saw their midfield was strong. They were runners. They'd won every 50-50 ball, and I just didn't see him doing that because I know he's not that type of player. And as I say, you're right. The cross was superb. Perhaps I'm a bit harsh, but all right, 5.5. Talk me into it.
I'm not talking anyone into anything. You have your own scores. Declan Rice.
Yeah, Rice come on. He done his stuff, didn't he? You know, shored up the back there. Once he come on, you know, he didn't really see them do much. Cause our backline much problem because he was playing centre half. Yeah, I thought he did quite well there considering he ain't centre half. So, 6 out of 10 as well.
Well,
5.5. I thought he made a couple of rickets at the back actually and got away with it.
Yeah, Rowan.
Honestly, You know when you see something and you think, oh, what's Ben White done again? In one of those situations it was. Then I turned around, he had a 41 on his back, not a 4. It wasn't Ben White, it was Rice. I went, oh, really? Rice done that? You know, I suppose when the guy is so good, you know, he can't go from a 9 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10. He's so good. When he has a little bit of an off game, he's got to go down to 5.5 in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
I give him a 6. I give him a 6 against Villa because of that, mainly that reason. Maybe on them reasonings.
Ben White.
Yeah, I don't remember much in getting involved in the game at all. Doing much. So yeah, he didn't do nothing wrong. So 6. Yeah, I don't remember him doing nothing wrong.
Ralph White.
Yeah, I agree. 6 as well. Again, it was a bit of a non-entity performance. You know.
Do you see much of Emil Smith-Rowe came on?
We got the ball a couple of times. He passed it in around. You know, didn't give the ball away. 6. Yeah, he was only on for a couple of minutes, weren't he?
Yeah, same with Jesus. Mikel Arteta.
Well, yeah. Look, I was disappointed not to see the young kids starting. It was more shock than obviously putting a bad team out. I think he got the midfield wrong. I think playing Jorginho and Elneny in there was a bit of a mistake because I thought I think they ran the midfield. They was just going through us, you know, time after time again. So I think he got that wrong. I think playing Trossard, you know, wouldn't think it would be bad to play Trossard, but it turned out, you know, that could have been a wrong decision playing him there tonight. It was difficult tonight because of the type of game it was, but you know we got a draw in the end, so yeah, we didn't lose. So yeah, 7 out of 10.
All right, 7 out of 10 for Mikel. Melvin, Mikel Arteta.
I'm going to give him a 6 for the same reasons. I think he could have done the changes a bit better. We could bring on, I thought he should have done. Yeah, I didn't think the selection. I suppose you can't knock the selection because we didn't actually go to win it, and it wasn't that important. But we want to show a bit of respect. No, I think. What I say 6.
Yeah,
6, because he could have moved the team around a bit better than he did. I don't agree with putting Rice as centre half. Sorry, we didn't have 3 centre halves injured on the pitch today. He didn't have to put, you know, especially when you got your right back as a proper centre half. White, he could have moved him at centre half if there was a problem. We wouldn't have done anything. So I'm only going to give him 6. And keeping Trossard all that amount of time. He must have been sitting on the other side of the pitch. I'd say not to see what Trossard wasn't doing. So yeah, I'll give him 6.
The Trossard thing could be because he's only played 20 minutes in the last 2 games. And prior to that, he'd been playing very well.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Smith-Rowe out there. Do you know, out on the left?
Well, he hasn't played for Steve. He's you got to run the risk of him pulling up there.
True.
I think you do have to be careful with Smith-Rowe as well. Because I understand. I get where you're coming from, Steve, but Melvin's right. You got to look after.
You're right. No,
we want to see him back, and it's not about rushing him in. Although there's going to be that I want to see him.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. There's a bit of that in it. I think more than
we've got to nurse him back in to see because I personally think this is his last chance. If he gets another long injury again, how can you keep him? How can
he's on the verge, mate. He's on the verge.
Yeah. He's on the verge. As they say, the old-fashioned saying, "Last chance saloon."
Exactly.
Yeah. We would never have dreamed of saying that a couple of seasons ago, would we? You know,
for me, he's one of my favourite players.
Yeah.
But from one favourite player to another, and maybe people thought it would have been his last chance saloon. But could we be seeing the return of a Bergkamp wonderland? News reports have come out that Arsenal could see the return of club legend Dennis Bergkamp next year after Steve K reveals that Arsenal have extended personal invitation for the Dutchman to join the Arsenal Academy coaching staff to join up with the likes of Per Mertesacker, Mikel Arteta, Jack Wilshere, and for a very brief stint, Cesc Fabregas. Steve, Dennis Bergkamp return to Arsenal. How good would that be?
Oh, mate, it'd be great, wouldn't it? You know, to have him back in some capacity at the club. Yeah, one of our, if not the greatest Arsenal player that there's ever been in my eyes. Yeah, I'm sure there's not an Arsenal fan, you know, alive today that wouldn't want him back teaching our youngsters, you know, the way doing the things that he used to do. And yeah, I mean, and he wants to get back into training. And you know, I wrote the article, and because I was told that, you know, Arteta had, you know, or Arteta would like him back, you know, at the club in some capacity as an invite, because he wants to get back into coaching. He did an interview in the week stating so, and yeah, and Arsenal have left the door open to say if you want to.
Oh, he's gone.
If you want to come back, come back. Melvin, do you think it's important that Arsenal keep that connection with their old players, or do you not think it's important? What's your thoughts on bringing back the likes of Dennis Bergkamp?
I don't think it's bringing back Dennis. I mean, I don't know what he's going to be like as a coach. I don't know what his track record is. You know, he's been with Ajax, hasn't he? So I'm not too sure. Listen, the name Dennis Bergkamp, you always want to see around Arsenal, don't you? Even if he just walks around the pitch with a cup of tea, it's good enough for me. You know what I mean? He's just like, as you say, he's like one of the best ever players to grace any of the pitches that Arsenal have ever played on. So no, I mean it's wonderful, you know. But if he is going to go to the Arsenal as a coach, then only hopefully he'll go and then have a full reign of what he can tell the players how to play. Because if he's going to be told by, I don't know what the relationship would be like, right? You know, do that, but really I want you to do this, that, and the other. Then there's no point of having him.
It's not for the first team. This ain't
it's the youth team in it.
Yeah,
is it
youth? That's good then. You know, listen, Dennis Bergkamp has come.
Jack Wilshere's going to be moving on soon to be a manager. You know, I think.
On that basis, then, if it's he's been with Ajax, he's been under Wenger, he's been under some good regimes, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. And therefore, I mean, the knowledge he's got up there before he before he met those two guys, the Ajax and Wenger, before he actually, without his football on the pitch, football off the pitch, learning how to do things, the whole philosophy of football, the way you do things. I think on that basis, that'd be good for Arsenal. Very good for the kids.
Yeah.
Is he definitely going?
Experience in our footballing philosophy would be a great impact to the club. So the clubs you've set up for years to
come. Definitely, yeah, it would be. Well, Jack's definitely going, is he? Is that certain?
Well, he's had interviews with clubs in the MLS. He's had interviews with Colorado already.
That's feeder club, isn't it? Or it's a link there.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah. I mean, funny enough, it was funny to see because I don't know if any of you have seen it yet, but a Dutch reporter actually asked Mikel Arteta face to face in the pre-match room about my story. I was sent it and said, Steve, your story's been asked. They've asked Arteta about your story. So that was quite funny.
Can I ask you a question, Steve?
Yeah.
Is that why you're wearing that shirt tonight?
Is this Cryptic Crew? Is this a Cryptic Crew?
Good shot. But so that was quite amusing to see, with Arteta being asked by a Dutch reporter about the story I wrote. So, yeah. But he was very coy about it. He just turned around and said that you'll find it on Twitter. I think he said he said we would welcome and love any player. We would have our arms open for someone like that.
I saw that. Did you see? He turned over that and he said to one of the guys, "Get me Steve's number now." Did you see that? I saw that.
Probably, yeah. I said he could have given me a shout. I said he could have given me a. I was thinking he could have got me a shout out, the bloke. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously read the story himself.
He only said your first name. He only said Steve.
Yeah. But look, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Nothing else.
When he gets in that, you know he's talking about. Sticking to the orange theme, Jermaine Frimpong, a player that Arsenal have been linked with. A player, again, another product of Manchester City Youth Academy, also played in for Celtic as well. But since then, he's gone on to grown leaps and bounds and doing very well at Leverkusen. Steve, any more on this story?
No, only that it's very, very likely. Whether it'll be in January, I don't know. Probably more likely in the summer. I mean, it's actually been confirmed by Mr. Fabrizio now. Who Mr. does like to tap in and jump in on people's stories. So he's done that with him, and he's literally said that Arsenal are very, very serious about. Well, I know I said he was very, very serious about coming to Arsenal, and it's more like.
What position is he, Steve?
He's a right back. He's a right back. And he's and it's very, very likely. It's not my words; these are Fabrizio's words now. After my story, I may add that it's very, very likely that Arsenal will be bidding at him at some point, whether it be in January or whether it be in the summer.
Is he?
23, 24, something like that. So I didn't even know he was at Man City. I mean, so he would have been there at when Arteta was there, maybe. So he might have probably not. Oh well, this story is getting even. I can see this happening. I don't know what that means for Ben White or Tommy Asu.
Ben White's not a fullback, I'm afraid.
Don't know.
Sorry,
don't know.
Ben White is not a fullback.
Tommy Asu, though.
I don't think. I personally don't think it. If you look at our centre back situation, then you've got the four centre backs there. They're also very versatile and can play in different positions. If you bring in a right back that's actually a right back, I don't see it being a problem. I see it being just strengthening our squad. With the injuries and games, everyone gets game time. I don't think we need to worry about people getting games, especially when we're challenging on for all four trophies. I think if we're bringing in a right back, it's not a problem. Keep him. According to Spanish outlet AS, Arsenal will be are leading the race for with Real Madrid for Reading striker Kalen Vickers. The youngster Kalen Vickers has gained a lot of attention from Real Madrid and Arsenal alike. Very, very quick, very skillful, very, very good finisher. Played, I think it's 12 times this season for Reading, scoring 1 goal. That's one to watch out for.
How old is he?
He's only a youngster.
I'm going to say, looks like he's still at school.
He looks like a baby, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he scored 1 goal in 12 games.
Yeah, he's playing in League One at the moment with Reading. Yeah, he's scored 2 goals in the Football League Trophy, and he's scored 1 goal in League One so far this season. He is 18 years of age, so he's a proper youngster. More transfer news that come out. Arsenal. Oh yeah, here's another one. Juventus are rumoured to be interested in Arsenal's Charlie Patino and are willing to do a swap deal with Moses Kean. However, if you look at Keane of Everton, not a bad player, but he's played 12 games this season and scored 0 goals. He played 40 games last season, only scoring 8 goals in all competitions. So, I mean, I'm sure they're willing to do a swap deal, considering he's a striker that looks like he doesn't score goals. But Moses Kean is a very good player, but I don't know about him at Arsenal. Any more transfer news that have come your way, Steve?
No, just that Arsenal have been speaking eternally about João Paulinho. The Douglas Luiz one, it looks like it's going to be a little bit out of Arsenal's reach. He is their number one.
How much will Paulinho cost, Steve? How much will Fulham want for him?
50. I'd say about 60, probably. They'd probably try for 70, but maybe 60.
Oh my God.
Arsenal will probably try and get him for 50 or something like that.
How much did Aston Villa want for Lewis in the end?
I just think he's priceless to them. I mean, they've been talking about silly prices like 100 million. So
God,
yeah,
it's Lewis.
Shall I tell you something,
Yeah.
Steve? I would
But
spend
it's
the
one-
money. They've got a
just
better
saying
player in
those got to
midfield.
sell.
Kamara, I fancy him. If you could get him
They got
for
him on a
40,
free.
I'd take him. Yeah, well, there we go. I'd take him for 40 tomorrow or even Friday.
But he's your typical. He's just a bosher. He's a ball winner. He's a ball winning midfielder. Win the ball, pass it off. That's his game. So,
Yeah.
at Arsenal, are we looking to move away from that? Look, we've got Thomas Partey in midfield. We've got Declan Rice in midfield.
We haven't got Thomas Partey in
Jorginho.
midfield, though, have we?
Okay, we've got Thomas Partey, Jorginho, and Declan Rice. Do we want to move away from those profiles of players where they're not just combative and can win the ball, but also play to move to a player who's just a ball winner? I don't think we want to do that.
Is Kamara just a ball winner?
Yeah, he's just a ball winner.
You think so? All right.
Yeah, he's a DM. He's a DM.
Was
He's a very
more
good
than that.
DM. Like, if you look at his stats over the last 2 seasons, even when he was at Marseille, his stats are one of the best in Europe at that. Winning the ball, keeping it simple, passing it on.
I got one for you, Steve. I heard last week. I mean, I didn't hear it. It was on Twitter or somewhere. I don't know. That we got potentially looking at the guy from Chelsea, the winger with the headband.
Oh, I like him, Medwaki.
I think it's terrific.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I can't believe he can't get in that team over Modric.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Do you know what it is? It's actually Cole Palmer. That's the problem. Because Cole Palmer plays on the right, cuts in. Medwaki's a right winger with a right foot. Something that you don't usually see these days.
Right. Yeah.
The right wingers with the right foot. So they've gone for the inverted
Johnson.
winger. That's the problem.
Yeah. No, I know that one.
Yeah, James Johnson said, I'll take Frimpong, a very good player. Watched him a lot at Celtic. He's been playing CDM for Leverkusen as well a bit lately. Brilliant dribbler and passer. Well, he'd be a hard deal to do, though. It's Leverkusen. Like,
we got a good relationship with him, haven't we?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hard deal to do because he seems like Leverkusen are a selling club. Like, there's only one club in Germany that are not a selling club, and that's Bayern Munich. Everyone else sells their players because that's how they survive. So yeah, it'll be a hard deal, but if the deal's there to be made, it will be made. The only thing not that I worry, but and it's not necessarily about the team itself. It's just the amount they're paying, and that's Man United. They are looking for a right back, and they are willing to pay the money. They just go silly, don't they? They pay the money, they pay the wages, and they just blow everyone out the water. So, yeah, that's the team that I would worry about. All right, that is all we have time for. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined us in the comment section tonight. Jamie Johnson, you've been an absolute star tonight. Galvo, thank you very much. Jamie, James, if you have not giving you nicknames already, James, if you have not pressed that subscribe button, please do so. I'd love to see you back again next week as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new to the show, people. If you are a regular, hit that like button and hit that copy button. Thank you for joining us tonight, Steve.
Cheers, mate. Pleasure. And
thank you for joining us tonight, Melvin.
Yeah, good to watch a game and be quite relaxed. Enjoyed that. Thank you, gentlemen.
There we go. Some big fixtures coming up soon. Obviously, we've got the likes of Liverpool. But first up, we've got Brighton on Sunday on the 17th at 2 o'clock. Make sure you join us for the post-match reaction, followed by the game that hopefully doesn't ruin my Christmas day, and that's Liverpool away at Anfield at 5:30, followed by West Ham on the 28th at 8 o'clock, and then Fulham on New Year's Eve. Some big fixtures coming up. We'll talk about that next week, though. Here we go. I'm subscribed, don't you worry. Thank you very much, James. All right, nice one. All right, on that note, peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands.